Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for the webinar Unraveling SAP's Best Kept Secrets, SAP Cloud Platform. To begin, I would like to introduce the panelists we have on today. First, we have Sanjeev Singh. He is a managing consultant at Nihilent. Sanjeev has several years of leadership experience and has built and operationalized multiple testing organizations. As an advisor and consultant, Sanjeev has worked with many businesses on multi-million-dollar programs, helping customers in solving their strategic problems. We also have Sabahat Kazi. He is the co-founder and CEO of Intellect Bizware, which is a Nihilent company. Sabahat has more than 25 years of experience, out of which 22 years have been spent in the SAP ecosystem. Sabahat has led multiple SAP implementation projects and programs for digital transformation. He has also been driving development and innovative solutions for SAP white spaces on S/4HANA, as well as SAP Cloud Platform. He also regularly presents at SAP summits and events, and additionally, he mentors SAP consultants, solution architects, and has hands-on SAP S/4HANA practitioner. We also have Yogesh Awa, who is joining us, who is a SAP practice head for Nihilent. So thank you guys for joining us, and I will hand it over to Sanjeev.
So thank you, Kathleen, and also a big warm welcome to all attendees joining this webinar from multiple different countries. This is going to be very exciting, lots of learning, and I hope lots of questions we get from audience and we should be able to answer. Starting with agenda, today we will talk about a very short overview of the Nihilent SAP Cloud Platform, what challenges industries, organizations they are facing, our SAP capability overview, some of the use cases, and what is the way forward for industry on this SAP Cloud Platform journey. And before we conclude, we will have a Q&A session. Next slide, please. Next, please. So about company overview, Nihilent, it's a global consulting solution and services company where we solve customer problem with design thinking approach and integrated change management. We are CMMI 5 ISO certified. We are SAP Gold Partner and also Microsoft Gold Partner. SAP, again, after my intro, Sabahat will be talking a lot about SAP. Since inception, customer-centric solution has been a mission of the Nihilent. We have 7 delivery centers across multiple countries, India, South Africa, US. Also, we have 3 design thinking lab. Out of these 7 delivery center and 3 design lab, we are capable of providing solution and services 24/7 to customer all over the world. Very short, I would say that our services fit into 4 quadrants. That's a very simple way if I have to explain. Digital transformation, data science analytics, platform technology transformation, and business transformation consulting. So business transformation consulting, something like strategic transformation work, alignment, process improvement, those kind of work. Platform technology, you name the technology we work into, like app devs, product engineering, ERPs, any full spectrum of testing that includes your user experience testing. Digital transformation, either we have to drive organization entire digital transformation strategy, right from that, even building a simple mobile app, we do everything in digital transformation. Data science analytics, your AI, BI, ML, RPA, all those things we do in data science analytics, which we have a big practice. If we look at any solution what we provide, design thinking, it's its core of our solution. We are the early adapter of user experience and design thinking, and we have more than 500 user experience and design thinking practitioner. With that, I would like to hand it over to Sabahat, who will be talking more about the SAP capabilities. Sabahat, over to you, please.
Yeah. Thanks, Sanjeev and Caitlin, for the great introduction. And good morning, everyone. I thank you all for sparing your valuable time, and in these times of webinar overload, finding time. Especially last month we had Sapphire as well, so a lot of information around SAP. As mentioned, my name is Sabahat Kazi. I'll start by giving a short overview of our SAP practice, what kind of work we have done. So we have done more than 450 engagements, more than 200 customers. And out of these 450 engagements, we have done 50 plus S4HANA implementations end to end, more than 10 conversions. And over this period, what we have realized is a lot of companies in a similar vertical, they have quite similar requirements. So why not develop them as accelerators? And we have developed a lot of accelerators, in fact, more than 200. Initially, it was on ABAP, on open source. But since 2016, when we won the SAP hackathon for HANA Cloud Platform, as it was known at that time, we saw the value of SAP Cloud Platform. And that's when we have been moving a lot of our IP, a lot of those accelerators onto the SAP Cloud Platform. From a qualified solution perspective, we have 4 SAP qualified package solutions on S4HANA, including one for conversion. And another 3 are in process, including one for intelligent enterprise. The idea of intelligent enterprise I'll also be presenting later on after some slides, is where we incorporate not just the core ERP system, but also other cloud solutions of SAP and some kind of an IP on the SAP Cloud Platform as well. We have been a winners of the SAP APJ Partner Excellence Award also in 2007. Coming to the challenges, what I'm trying to do is in the next 30 minutes or so, I'll try and unravel the SAP Cloud Platform, what it is, what it offers to you. The idea being to spark a thought in your mind, to leave you with some ideas on how other people are leveraging the SAP Cloud Platform. And you too can use the SAP Cloud Platform to meet your innovation needs as such. You can start with simple use cases, which is what I would want to focus on. But looking at the capability of the SAP Cloud Platform, there is so much that you can do. And as you become comfortable and understand its power, I'm sure you'll use it for a lot of your innovation use cases as well. So coming to the first challenge, I don't know if this looks familiar, but most SAP customers, if you go to, you'll find this is the kind of landscape that they have. While SAP is the primary system of records, you'll also find a lot of other third-party systems, in-house systems, sometimes very basic, sometimes complex. Some are on-prem, some are hosted elsewhere, some are on the cloud. There are multiple languages being used. Some application would be developed in Java, some in Python, and so on and so forth. And there'll be a lot of middlewares which are used to integrate these with the core SAP system. And on top of it, our own SAP ERP or S4HANA, all these solutions also would be pretty complex. There would be a lot of developments that would have been done. And I'm sure anybody who's worked in SAP realizes that if a business asks for a small change, how difficult it is or how much of a nightmare sometimes it can become, because you don't know where it's going to hit. But then that's one of the challenges that we all face today. The second thing is our personal lives have now become so digitally entwined. We can't imagine a day without them. For example, without a YouTube or without Amazon, I'm sure none of us passes a day. And there are so many other examples, banking and whatnot. And all these are mobile enabled. But when it comes to work, what we find is many of our applications are still the old clunky SAP GUI that we live with so many fields, which many of them which are not relevant to us also sometimes, but we still live with them. There have been changes. For instance, there's Fiori now, so people are adopting, but then adoption is not 100%. Still, many transactions still happen on the SAP GUI. So this is the challenge number 2, where how do we bring simplicity, ease of use, how we bring that consumer grade experience in our enterprise applications as well. The third thing is we've been hearing a lot about emerging technologies. I don't want to spend too much time on that. I think we keep hearing about them. We keep hearing about startups disrupting a lot of industries because they are using these kinds of technologies and they're having a great impact. Even on a personal level, we find we are using things like Siri, for example, or Alexa. It's very commonplace. However, when it comes to our SAP system or our ERP system, we're still living in the days where these technologies do not exist as such. But the potential for adoption is huge. And how do we use these emerging technologies to solve our current business problems, our future? How do we ensure that we are able to meet up those challenges? I think a few years back, just having a mobile app was said to constitute digital transformation. Later on, it became bots, and now people talk about RPA. But then it's not about just that these words sound good to hear. It's how they can actually help us transform. That's what we really need to focus on. So now, how do we innovate? I mean, while we have these 3 challenges, how do we address them? And how has SAP addressed them as such? We keep hearing the word innovation, but how do we innovate? What does it mean? Does it mean we need to reimagine the business model, reimagine our products? Maybe from products, we convert ourselves into a service. We adopt new modern processes. We change our user experience, both customer as well as our own internal employees. How do we simplify our landscape, extend the system capabilities beyond our system of records so that we have a seamless integrated workflow as such? So how do we do it? Well, I think innovation has 2 major components. One is obviously the creativity that you have, which there are various means. Again, this is not the topic of the discussion, but you can observe, you can look at your challenges, have an open mind, experiment, do brainstorming, design thinking, and you come up with a solution. But then that is in itself is not innovation. What is innovation is when I have the means to execute on my creativity. And how do I execute? The way I execute, it has to be simple, it has to be tangible, it has to be quick. Many people are experimenting with this, they are doing this, they are innovating. But what do you innovate with? You innovate with sometimes open source, you sometimes look at third-party apps, sometimes you look at an X platform, Y language, Z middleware, and you bring all these components together, database, wireframing, emerging tech integration, and create something for yourself. But is this the right approach? I think that right approach for execution would be a platform approach where all the building blocks ideally are in one place on one platform. Building blocks such as infrastructure, database, tools, integration APIs, have a ready connector. Why do you need, or why every organization needs to build one for themselves? Why can't we have those readily available for us? Then we also need a runtime to be ready to use these emerging technologies as well. So I think this is where the SAP Cloud Platform actually comes in, by bringing all these ready to use building blocks in one place. For the time being, we can say it's a collection of building blocks required to execute on your ideas. Personally, I like to call it as a collection of production ready Lego blocks. that's what the image also is showing. Now let's take a look at the SAP Cloud Platform and how does it fit in with the concept of SAP's Intelligent Enterprise. We have all, I'm sure, seen this infinite loop of the Intelligent Enterprise. On one side, you have operations. On the other side, you have experience. And in between, you have intelligence, which tries to bring everything together, bring the data together. This is a new term that you would have again heard, which is Business Technology Platform, which is a portfolio of integrated solutions that help in extending SAP solutions, integrating entire landscapes, building all together new applications using emerging technologies. And it consists of intelligent technologies in the form of SAP Leonardo, analytics in the form of SAP Analytics Cloud, database and data management through SAP HANA, and the application development and integration framework, which is the SAP Cloud Platform. So in the entire scheme of things of the intelligent enterprise, this is where SAP Cloud Platform would play a major role. So I spoke about SAP Cloud Platform being like a Lego block set. So now let us look at the individual Lego block pieces and what we can do with them. By definition, SAP Cloud Platform is a platform as a service for building, extending intelligent mobile-enabled cloud applications using core platform services and unique microservices as well. You can use it to build new solutions with emerging technologies like blockchain, IoT, machine learning, etc. That's the first use. Second, you can also use it to extend what you have, like you have your ECC system or your S4 system or any other cloud application. You can extend its reach, enhance that. You can also build consumer-grade experiences for both for your customers as well as for your internal users as well. And fourth is integrating. So you are using so many applications. Why not have a place where you're able to integrate all that, and not just integrate as a project, but integrate by adopting some ready-made connector, bringing it in and having it deployed for you. So as far as the cloud platform is concerned, I think there are 6 layers that we need to look at. The lowest layer is the infra, which is multi-cloud. You don't need to bother about purchasing a server, or you don't want to look at which hyperscaler do I want to go to. So SAP has a multi-cloud strategy. In fact, it's the only multi-cloud enterprise platform in the market. You can work with Azure, for example. If the rest of your systems are also on Azure, so you can prevent those latency issues. Second are the environments. So while if you are on Neo, or if you are opting for Cloud Foundry, for example, you have an option of so many languages that you can use: Java, JavaScript, HTML5, Python. You can even have a bring your own language as such. Third is the data foundation, which is the HANA database. You can also connect with other databases though. Fourth layer are the technical services. Primarily, these are building blocks like blockchain or security or sign-ons or analytics or integration adapters. Then you also have certain business services. For example, you may want to do a language conversion, or you want to do some localization, tax determination. So all those are also available as business services. The 6th layer consists of open APIs. So connecting with, for example, Salesforce.com could be your CX. So connect with that. You could have a connection with Amazon, for example. So these connections are also available readily. And then there are SAP Cloud applications which are built on this. There are custom applications which you can build. There are a lot of third-party applications which are available both from partners as well as from other third-party providers as well. So let's look at the art of the possible. You have so many building blocks. We have seen blockchain, ML, IoT. What are the possibilities? The possibilities is in one use case, I can probably combine blockchain along with maybe an app, or say there is a food traceability app that you want to make. Bring these two blocks together and you can create an app for that. Another use case could be where you need IoT services to do some kind of predictive analytics based on your sensor information. So cold chain industry is another use case where this can be used. And similarly, there are n number of use cases predicting employee attrition by integrating with your success factor system. Possibilities are endless, basically. We'll look at a few practical use cases. The reason why I say practical is because we keep hearing of so many types of use cases using this emerging technologies, this particular new thing. But I would want to focus on the practical use cases that our customers have adopted, that we have built for our customers and productized. The first type of use case I have mentioned is extension, which is extending your basic core system. One of the objectives could be to keep your core clean. In fact, most of our ERP systems have got messed up because there's so much of ABAP development that has been done. Many times people realize when they are either looking at a greenfield implementation that many of the ABAP developments that they have been done have become redundant, but still they exist in the system. There are a lot of integrations that are there using multiple protocols, middlewares. It's pretty complex. So while we can still build in the SAP S/4HANA system, when we look at, say, the SAP S/4HANA public cloud system, there are limitations. Only the in-app extensions are allowed inside, and you will not be able to build what you typically build in ABAP. But the way you have to manage, because you'll still need to build because of some differentiating process, is by using the SAP Cloud Platform. So what you used to do in the core now can be done on the SAP Cloud Platform, where you can keep your core clean. You can also leverage the resources that you have in ABAP. You have a lot of knowledge, people who have worked on ABAP for years and years and done so much of development to even understand the business processes. Even they can be leveraged on the SAP Cloud Platform. Their capabilities in ABAP can be used. And there is a lot of pre-built connectivity which is available, so you don't need to build things from scratch. You will have those APIs available, just use them as it is. And the idea behind all of this is with this side-by-side approach, you keep your digital core clean, you can upgrade at any point of time, you can maximize your investments in ABAP, and you can use SAP Cloud SDK, out-of-the-box APIs. There's a lot of pre-built connectivity which is also available, which can be leveraged. So the first use case which I'm showing, I think this is something which most of us have a problem, which is managing our master data. So for example, your material master, we know ideally there should be a workflow instead of just running a transaction, for example, MM01, and then having to maintain the data together after collecting it in an Excel sheet. Instead of that, if we have a workflow which moves across departments, where the departments who are actually capable of defining what should be the values of the fields, say for example, evaluation class and things like that, they should be able to do as part of the workflow itself. And once the workflow is through, once the entire data is filled in, that's when the trigger to create the master in the core SAP system happens. So this makes the process very compliant. You don't have mistakes. You will not have garbage going into the system because your masters were incorrect. And the UI, of course, also can be improved a lot. It can be made much simpler. The user need not be exposed to all the fields which are there in the material master, for example. So this is one example. Then from a new experience perspective, you can have multiple channels to communicate with SAP. Today we interact with our phones using Siri or using Google Assistant, but our interaction with SAP is still through our old SAP GUI, or maybe we have scheduled a report which automatically comes to us. In bits, we may be using, say, WebDen Pro or sometimes even Fiori. But UX has come, I think, a long way. It's no longer just a screen. There are various other means through which you can converse. There's conversational AI, like Alexa. You have social media platforms. You have things like WhatsApp, where you can even automate certain workflows so that only exceptional information flows to you. So you can, for example, we developed a query through WhatsApp where instead of typing out running a report in SAP, what you do is you open your WhatsApp chat and you enter, say, for example, what is the customer balance? It's like a chat which the system is doing with you. It'll ask you who's the customer, what is the customer name. Then it'll ask you if there are customers with the same name, which one do you want to select. Once you select, it gives you the information that you want. Advantage, you don't need to log in to the system directly. Secondly, even if on the go, you're traveling, you're in the tube, you're elsewhere, you can still communicate with the system. Same thing with Slack as well. Many people are using Slack, so we can integrate with Slack as well and communicate using Slack. There is even a feature for a chatbot within Fiori itself. So again, what we did in WhatsApp, the same thing you can do without running or remembering even which Fiori tile to click or which particular report to run. You can get the information out of the system. There's also the option where users want a single sign-on kind of an environment where they would want all their SAP applications, be it cloud, be it on-prem, be it built on the SAP Cloud Platform, as well as their non-SAP applications to appear on the same login. And from there, they are able to then navigate to that specific application. So this is another example of creating a new user experience for the system, as against the earlier experience of having to log into multiple systems. The third use case is to build, which is new applications altogether, either to differentiate or to take care of a specific requirement that you may have without having to bother about, do I have the infra, do I need a server, what should be the sizing, how can I use emerging technologies, for example, in these new applications. So these also can be built on the SAP Cloud Platform. A few examples, we have built a distributor or a customer portal, which I think it's fairly common that people have a portal where the customers can log in and then they get to see the information residing in your core SAP system. But then this does something more. This also enables this, for example, if it's a distributor, he's obviously going to sell to the next person in his chain, or for example, the retailer. So even the sales to the retailer can happen from the same system. What is the benefit for you? The benefit is you have your primary sales, which is what you have sold to the distributor or dealer. And you also have the sale made by the dealer to the retailer, which is the secondary sales data. And not just that, you get visibility of what is moving in the market. You get visibility of what should be the products that I should supply to the dealer or distributor so that he can actually fulfill the market demand. We are also using predictive analytics library on the SAP Cloud Platform to create recommended orders, so the distributor knows what needs to be ordered. Same way, we have a portal also, which we have developed for the suppliers. Same thing, information being made available. You reduce the number of calls, queries, mails, because it's a self-service portal for everyone. Another type of app is we have built for corporate social responsibility. So now this is becoming a very important area now, because companies are expected to spend on corporate social responsibility on various kinds of projects related to social field. And there is a need to manage them. Today, many of the companies manage it within Excel sheets. In current times, especially during the COVID crisis, there's a lot of CSR activities which are happening. And even governments are now insisting that they need to know where you are spending the money, whether the location where you have spent it. Say, for example, you have set up a school somewhere and you need to geotag that school. When you say you have built something or you have donated something, they need proof in terms of a picture, for example. And even before you give money for the spend, you need to actually see that certain criteria is fulfilled. And all those checks are incorporated in an application like this. And then when you actually create a purchase order for purchase, or you want to release some money from your budget, those are also integrated very tightly with the SAP S/4HANA system in the background. Another use case, this is where we have used emerging technology, for example, machine learning, license plate recognition, recognition of the person through while taking a picture from the camera. So this covers the entire transportation chain, right from a delivery due list, what you want to dispatch, what is the priority, requisitioning for the vehicles. Then when the vehicle comes in, you do the checks on the vehicle. There's a gate entry, there's a security check. Then when it is loaded, you need to actually see that, again, there's a checklist that it is meeting some criteria of packing, etc. Then when it starts the journey, you want to track where the vehicle is. For example, you want to monitor the ambient temperature or humidity if it's a sensitive cargo, for instance, if it's related to perishable goods. You want that in case the sensors detect that certain parameter, for example, temperature has gone beyond a certain level, you need to be alerted. So even that happens. Any unscheduled stop in between, even you are notified of that stoppage. And ultimately, all that data can be used to analyze the performance of either the transporter or that particular truck or the driver. And then you can take action whether you want to block that driver for a certain period of time. That decision can be taken in the ERP itself. So again, this has been developed on the SAP Cloud Platform and very tightly integrated with SAP in the backend. So as far as build is concerned, there are so many services which are available, and you may opt for few of the services. You can opt for, if it's an IoT related example, which I just gave, then the IoT service. If it's a portal related thing, then you opt for portal as a service. So more than 65 plus services are available on the SAP Cloud Platform for doing that pick and choose. So this is the Lego blocks that I was talking about, where you can pick and choose and decide on your use case. The fourth case is related to integration with third-party systems, because you have, I'm sure, a lot of third-party systems. And there are a lot of ready connectors with many of these systems. You can see this is an example of what APIs or pre-built integrations which are available, right from, say, for example, Kronos, or maybe with Salesforce or with Amazon. So all those APIs or connectors are available. And this list is increasing every day. I'm sure this list also would now have been updated in the last couple of days itself. Just an example of how we integrated S/4HANA with Salesforce. While there are ready connectors available, you still have an option of doing an interface development yourself. So that facility is also available to you in case you don't have a ready connector. So those were the four major use cases. Now let's look at what else can you do? How can you make it easy for yourself to do some innovation? One of the things which you typically would do is once you have identified a project, then you would want to, or a challenge, then you would want to actually brainstorm and maybe use a design thinking workshop, create a persona for the people who are going to be involved. You would want to do some wireframing instead of just creating some kind of a functional spec and handing it over for development. It's always better to wireframe. And once it has been seen by the users, they have given their feedback, and you have tinkered with it, you have fine-tuned it, then actually you go for its actual implementation. So there's a tool called Build, which is available again from SAP, where you can do right from creating a persona to wireframing to even getting user feedback on what prototype you have developed. And you can even generate a kind of a MVP out of this definition of the wireframe, and that can be taken into SAP Cloud Platform, and you can then build the remaining integrations, etc. And it can be live in a very short period of time. Build is something which is being sunsetted as a product, but SAP has come up with something called as SAP Fiori Tools. It's actually released for general use only, I think last week. We are also yet to try it, but I think that's a very nice product to replace Build as well. Another area is discovery. So while you may want to build things on your own, there is also that option of searching. Is there another partner who has developed something which actually satisfies your requirement, and it is readily available? So there is a SAP Cloud Platform Discovery Center. There is also an SAP App Center where partners as well as SAP publishes a lot of these ready point solutions, and you can start using them. The idea is like we have our app stores on iOS, or you have Google Play where you can download apps. So even for enterprises, you should have a discovery center as well as a place where you can download and start using. I think that's the vision which SAP has for the Cloud Platform Discovery Center and the App Center. We also have 2 of our apps published already on the SAP App Center, which can be downloaded and readily deployed. So in summary, the idea is to simplify your integrations, to accelerate any extensions, and to expand business value both for your on-prem as well as your cloud solutions, for SAP as well as your non-SAP solutions. With best trend methodologies, you have the tools, you have a lot of ready content which is available, and you also have a good size partner ecosystem to support you in this journey. So while we have seen the use cases, let's now take a look at what is the way forward. What can you actually do going forward? The approach, there are, I think, 2 types of approaches depending on various industries which are at different stages of digital disruption, I would say. So their approach to digital transformation would be different. Somebody would look at a full-scale digital transformation led by the top level, by the CEO or the board. There would be multiple streams which will be there, for example, in customer experience and operational process, even business model redesign. And there'll be small projects within those work streams as well. So this is a full scale and a longer route of digital transformation. On the other hand, you have another approach, which is the bottom-up approach, where smaller mid-size initiatives can be taken up. It could be led by an executive reporting into the CIO or the CTO. And instead of doing all those initiatives together in streams, you can identify, you can pick and choose the ones, the low-hanging fruits, and probably do them. This can result in a shorter and a very faster route to achieving benefits. So the way forward ultimately is all businesses, it is said, must become software-driven companies. I think this is a line related to digital transformation. There's a quote from Dr. Hasso Plattner, chairman of the supervisory board of SAP. You can see from it what is the importance of SAP Cloud Platform. One of the reasons why I said it's a best kept secret is because not many people know that whatever developments are happening now, new products, new applications which are coming out, they're all being developed on the SAP Cloud Platform. You've heard of SAP Leonardo, it's based on SAP Cloud Platform. You've heard of SAP Analytics Cloud, it's on the SAP Cloud Platform. So most of the things are now being done or developed on the SAP Cloud Platform. So that's now actually at the center of the activities being done by SAP. All innovations are on the SAP Cloud Platform. So I'll end my presentation by saying that SAP Cloud Platform is not just a cool toy to play around. If you have an innovation challenge or a problem statement, this is the platform that can deliver quickly and without disruption. And the way forward for you would be if you already have a SAP license for SAP Cloud Platform, well and good. Otherwise, sign up for a free SAP Cloud Platform trial account. It's free for a certain amount period of time. Identify one innovation challenge at least. Conduct a design thinking workshop resulting in an MVP or a prototype. I mentioned you can use tools like Build, for example, to create a prototype. Then you can get user feedback validation. Once that is done, you can develop further, you can fine tune, you can build the integrations with other systems if there are any required, and then you can pilot it. And finally, you can scale up and deploy it across the organization on production. There are cases, for example, we have one customer who had a business challenge that many times their vehicles with material would arrive at the DC from suppliers, or from DC they would go to stores and would have to wait for hours for unloading because the unloading capacity of the receiving location is limited. You can't unload beyond a certain point of time. So this was resulting in higher payments in terms of freight. The transporters were not very happy. The people in the warehouse DCs were not happy because they were constantly under pressure. So what they wanted to do was to control the arrival of vehicles at their DC as well as stores based on the unloading capacity. We took up this challenge. We said, let's do a 3-day workshop. We had our team interact with their team. First day, we understood what is the current working, what are the current challenges, created a problem statement. On day 2, we brainstormed, we worked out, we conceptualized multiple solutions, identified top 3 solutions, and then a low fidelity prototype was developed using stationary pieces, paper, cardboard, and all that. We tested it out with business end users, and then we developed it on the 3rd day as a high fidelity prototype using build.me on the SAP Cloud Platform. And we also identified the integration points because you needed data to come from the core SAP system. Another 10 days passed and integrations, fine tuning, everything was ready. More than 30 screens in that solution. And I would say within 15 days time, within 2 weeks time, we were able to actually deliver a productive solution to the customer. So you can imagine what can be achieved with the SAP Cloud Platform as such. So that was the last slide. And if you have any questions, we'd be glad to answer. Over to you, Caitlin.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sabahat. That was wonderful. And as Sabahat just mentioned, if you have any questions that you would like to ask, please type them into the questions pane in the menu bar on the right-hand side, and we will get to them. There are a few questions already, Sabahat, so I will get started at the top of the list. The first question is, can we use SAP Cloud Platform if we are still using ECC?
Yeah, absolutely. You can still use SAP Cloud Platform. It's actually on the cloud, and it can very well integrate with your ECC system as well. The only limitation would be in case you want any real-time information to be pulled up. If you are on any database other than HANA, then you might have a time lag, but that still doesn't prevent you from using SAP Cloud Platform with ECC as well.
Wonderful, thank you. The next one that came through, is it mandatory to use SAP Cloud Platform if we move to S4HANA? Are ABAP changes not allowed in S4HANA?
Yeah, so as far as S4HANA on-prem edition is concerned, you can still make changes to the core. But the roadmap suggested by SAP is keep your digital core clean. That's what I mentioned in one of my slides as well. So yes, you can make changes in your S4HANA on-prem system, but when it comes to the S4HANA public cloud, you would be limited in terms of changes. Either in-app extensions would be allowed, or you'll need to make those changes only on the SAP Cloud Platform.
Okay, wonderful. The next question that came through, how is SAP Cloud Platform different from SAP Leonardo?
Okay, yeah. So there are a lot of terms which keep coming out. And one thing which I said is SAP Cloud Platform is the base for most new solutions which are coming out. So really speaking, SAP Leonardo has been built on the SAP Cloud Platform, but the intelligence part, the ready use cases, the ready business problems that SAP encountered with their customers, for example, connected assets is one problem, or you may want to monitor your vehicles or get insights for the vehicles. So those use cases have been already pre-developed using the emerging technologies like AI or IoT, and they are available as a ready use case. But on your own as well, even without using Leonardo on the SAP Cloud Platform, by picking up the various services which are available, you can still come up with exactly the same solution. So it's basically more or less the same thing, yeah? But those are pre-developed, and SAP Cloud Platform is like a general platform which you can use to develop even SAP Leonardo kind of functionality.
Wonderful, thank you. The next question that we have, why do you call the SAP Cloud Platform a best kept secret?
Oh, that's okay. I think again the reason is the same. What I've said, many people don't know that the kind of importance that internally SAP is giving to SAP Cloud Platform, how they are using it to build everything. I would say literally everything that they're now building is being built on that. That's one part. It's a secret that way. Second, even from customer perspective, customers are still looking at the packaged solutions which are available, either S4HANA or C4 or SuccessFactors, but they are not looking at something which can actually create a differentiator for them. That's why I say it is a secret. And if the secret is out, I'm sure customers can benefit enormously from it.
Wonderful. That was all the questions that were in the queue so far. So if anybody else has any questions, please make sure to write them in the questions pane. We'll give it another few minutes to see if we get a couple more questions.
So Caitlin.
And maybe, oh yeah.
So Caitlin, this morning, again, it's about the question. So this morning I was talking to one of the CIO in Midwest region, and it was a big discussion, and he was aware of this webinar, and I promised that, I don't know if he has joined, but I promised that this question I'm going to ask to Sabahat. So
perfect.
The scenario what he gave me. So he's with I don't think it's right, I'll mention the company name. It's a big manufacturing company, Think about, they have 30,000-40,000 employees, multiple location. You name the technology, they are using it. They are also using SAP. Now they are aware of the beautiful features, functionality of SAP Cloud Platform. But so many people are involved, even their IT, if you look at, probably they have, maybe 30 different VPs and directors. Now, they understand the huge potential of the SAP, where they start from. They tried couple of times, but it gets derailed, or it gets lost somewhere, or they lose the focus. So question what he asked, that if you can find out the answer for me in the fingertip, that hey, what I should be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even to start with, and how any company, either Nihilent or any company, how, or can we do it?
Sanjeev, I missed your last couple of seconds.
Yeah, what was the
So
full question at the end?
So the question was that how we initiate even a small scale to walk in the journey so that we start using SAP Cloud Platform in a nice way rather than spreading all over across the technologies.
Yeah, so the beauty of SAP Cloud Platform is it's very scalable. It's not like, for example, S/4HANA or any ERP where I need to get all the licenses, all the components together, and then implement as most organizations would do in a big bang fashion. So we can start small. What I would suggest to him in case we talk to him is identify a business challenge. Many times those business challenges are even identified, but people may not have the bandwidth. They're busy with their regular work that they're not able to take it up. But I would say involve business. It's not an IT related thing only. Get the people in one room, organize a design thinking workshop with them. And I'm sure, as I've mentioned, within 3 days, you will be able to come up with a prototype. And as we did in one of our cases, within 10 days, we can make it productive. See, one of the reasons why people don't go for such projects is because they feel it's going to take a very long time. It's going to take away the bandwidth of so many people. And ultimately, it may not succeed. So that's one of the reasons. But the beauty here is you can start small. And I suggest to a lot of people, even if you're on a digital transformation journey, there are some quick wins that you can still do and do it very quickly. So that's the suggestion, Sanjeev, that I would give to them.
Thanks, Sabahat. If he's hearing, it's good. If not, certainly I'll be getting into call with him.
Sure.
Wonderful. And then I think that is the end of our questions so far. So thank you guys so much for that. And if Sabahat or Sanjeev, if you guys want to close us off and discuss the free consultation offer that we are providing, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. So you have the email IDs of 3 of us. You can reach out anytime to any of us for a free consultation. We are most willing to discuss any use case with you, and probably from a roadmap perspective also we can help you with that. Yeah. And thank you for attending and for your interest in this topic. Please do reach out if you have any further questions as well. Thank you.